The PL Show is brought to you by Kel Charcoal, Kel 360, and Kel Kids Toothpaste. Hello there, you're welcome to another episode of the Kel Toothpaste PL Show. My name is Keminni, Amanor. The show is brought to you kind courtesy Kel Toothpaste brands, Kel Charcoal, Kel 360, and Kel Kids. For that happy smell, always choose Kel. Now we'll talk to a very inspiring young lady in television. She has a long history from hardcore news to lifestyle and entertainment. I have personally worked with her and I've seen her grow from the screen goddess to a backroom manager and plays an integral role in the PL show. We'll meet her in a moment. Do stay.
Mommy.
Michelle say, fe. Yum.
Different era, better result. Time has changed and time has brought Kel Charcoal Toothpaste, healthy gums, anti-cavity, fresher breath, and it whitens teeth. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste, Sankofa,
Yenchi, Kel Charcoal Toothpaste.
happy smile.
This advert is FDA approved.
Welcome back. It's that time of the week when we meet some powerful women here in Ghana and abroad. And today my guest is channel coordinator for Joy Prime. Her name is Gladys Osei Owiredu. You're welcome to the program, Gladys.
Thank you, Keminni.
It's been so many years since I
many.
last saw you.
Yes.
How are you?
I am super blessed.
And
Thank you.
I can see that you're glowing.
It's grace.
Great. And we'll talk about that grace in a moment. But first, how did the Gladys story start?
Growing up, I had parents who believed in a future, that everybody had a future, but you need to be ushered in your own strides and strength and full capacity. And so I believe that's what my father offered me, especially. I have a lot of empowerment that I give credit to my dad, because if you ask me, how come you're this strong, how come you're this confident, it is what my father told me, and consistently it rang in. And so I grew up, having that confidence. And so I believed in myself. I have always believed in myself. I don't wait to be told what it is for me or how it should be for me. I believe I am powerful and I have something to offer, so I keep pursuing. I wouldn't say I'm overconfident. I am reasonably confident. I just believe in what I have. I believe in the power of knowledge, and what you know, build on your strength and keep your focus and keep going with it. And I believe everybody has that strength. If only they would explore that. Each person is very powerful, and that is how I have kept going. And so if I am seated here today, it's because I had the opportunity to have parents who made me understand and believe in myself and pursue what I believed in, set principles and keep going with them. And that is what probably has brought me to sit here and we're having a conversation.
What was growing up like for a child, Gladys?
Exciting. I didn't have rich parents, but I had a father who was exposed and would do anything to make his children also be like the today child. Probably because he wasn't very privileged with some of the things that he gave me and my siblings. And so, yes, I wouldn't say I was a denied child, because let me just fast forward. I learned to drive at age 17. And it's because my father had a car. And he actually, so by the age of 19, I had a car to use. And it's not like you steal in the car to drive. No, I held the keys because my father gave them to me. And so, yes, I didn't grow up in a rich home, but at least I was privileged.
I know you have a family of your own also.
Yes.
Talk to us about your family.
I am blessed with 4 beautiful children: Newton, Edison, Gladys, and Georgette.
Yeah, I never forget that you actually named yourself.
Yes, so it's been interesting. I mean, currently they are all my age. It's only Georgette Efua who is the youngest. She's the one I call my child.
Yeah.
Otherwise, those elderly ones are my siblings.
Let's take a look at that childhood you speak about in the summary clip. Here is the Seed to Oak segment. Welcome back to the PL show. We're glad you're still here with us. My guest today is Gladys Osei Owiredu. We have just seen what she, how she began her life as a child and now this big woman. And so that's the Seed to Oak segment for you, brought to you by Kel Kids toothpaste. It comes in a strawberry flavor for gum protection and anti-cavity for your 2 to 6 year olds. It's FDA approved. You definitely can rely on the quality of this product. Well, let's go back to our conversation with Gladys.
Even before you go on to the question, I need to take this home.
Yes, please. I can give you now.
Thank you. Ifwa, this is for you.
Yes, and there's more to come. I assure
awesome,
you.
because she's been worrying me. She wants one.
Oh dear. Ifwa, this one is for you. Okay.
Yeah. So let me see. Okay. So Ifwa, this is for you.
Yes, it's for you, Ifwa.
Mommy wanted it for you.
Right. So when you were young, did you always think that you would end up in the media?
When I was young, if you ask me what you would like to be in future, I'll tell you I'd like to be a doctor. That changed to become I would like to be an air hostess. And so that became the bigger dream I was trying to, pursue. Then along the way, I realized, okay, I did not have the height to be an air hostess. I used to watch Francisca Ashite and then the trendy one who appeared in their Miss Gifty Auntie. And I just admired them. I remember some of our court, and I just loved the way they sat on TV and everybody was watching them. So I said, okay, why not be on TV and also talk about the news? So that is how that dream also started. After school, I wrote the entrance exams to GIJ, and I did not pass. So I didn't give up. I tried again. I passed this time, but then I went for the interview. I did not make it. And I wanted to stay and wait and try again. Then my dad said, you know what, you're not going to sit here and be trying and trying. So whilst trying, you can enroll into the teacher training college or nursing training or something. So we actually bought the forms. But see, after SS, I said to myself that anything that will make me wear uniform, I don't want to go into it anymore. So you know what I did? When it was time to go and write the entrance exams, I pretended I didn't remember. And my dad himself had forgotten. So it was when the list came out for the nursing training. My brother was a nurse at 37 then. So when the list came out, they were asking, Gladys, who did? And that was when I actually confessed that my entrance exams no. So
How did they take it?
Well, it was passed. So, but fortunately, at the time it had come out, gained admission into NAFTI, and this is how I got into NAFTI. My father said, to stay and be waiting to go and do journalism. At that time, GIJ was offering just diploma. And he said, even a degree in odontology is much more than a degree, a diploma in journalism. That is my father's saying. So he pushed that I should go to NAFTI and read a degree in filmmaking. And so that's how I entered NAFTI.
How were your days in NAFTI like?
I was the type who wouldn't mingle a lot, but I am always noticed. So in my class, I think it was in the second year, first semester, that people actually knew me in the classroom as their mate. For first year, I sneak in, I'm the last to enter. My desk is just at the entrance. I sneak, I sit. By the time class is over, I am gone
out
because I was working. So, I mean, it was the second year that I actually opened up, and people enjoyed, because for my matriculation, I even got in very late because I'd gone to work.
What were you doing at the time? What work were you doing?
So whilst waiting to get admission into GIJ, I went to do the short program in journalism at Manifold Tutorial at the time. So when I offered that, then I got internship opportunity at Top Radio then. So I was working at Top Radio when I gained admission into NAFTI. So I was still working and schooling at the same time. I specialized in video editing, film video editing, and so I practiced that full-time as a video editor until I saw the opportunity on GBC, and I threw the chance in and it worked.
Okay, let's talk about being a journalist for a bit.
Okay.
Did you enjoy it?
I did.
Tell us about your experience as,
I
as
did.
you know, a hardcore news journalist.
It is through that I actually entered multimedia. And so at GBC, we started general news coverage, and then it's time for presentation. And then Johnny looks at me and says, I think you should present entertainment. Before I would even go in there, I had done general broadcast reporting and all, so it was easier. I always say that entertainment is one area that if you do not have the passion and you are not pretty well read, you can't just report about it. Why? Because it is the only assignment that you attend and nobody gives you a speech. You come back and you must remember and create a story from what you witnessed and experienced. Creating the story to sustain interest, to create that, get that hook, you need to really be up and be passionate and interested yourself to be able to get it out for another person to enjoy. And so when I found myself in there, one thing about me, whatever I hold to do, I give it all my passion and my seriousness. So it almost becomes like it is all she can do. But place me somewhere else and I'm functioning equally same way with all the passion and energy. So it was easy for me. I mean, wherever I find myself, it's easier because naturally I just love, once I have touched it, it must make a statement. So.
And before you went full-time arts and culture or entertainment, you also did some reports, Parliament and presidency.
Yes.
Share those experiences with us, because that was many years ago.
That was
Right.
like some 12 years ago.
Yeah, what was it like then, being that correspondent?
So when I got into multimedia, Joy News, we started Joy News. And so, yes, Mariana Kolache, very ambitious, daring, and would just throw you out and expect that you must function and today I look back and I realize that, okay, she saw it as if she is capable and she can do as a woman, you have no excuse.
Yeah.
And so in that vein, she threw us out to function. And so that is how it got in. So I started off, she said, Madam, the way you can hold yourself, like dress real foul, you go to Parliament and you can bring all the stories. So that's how it started.
Right.
So I'll go to Parliament and then come with my report. It wasn't exactly what I wanted to do. So you go to Parliament House, and I had a friend from Top Radio then, Obin Menu. So Obin Menu will meet me because he was the parliamentary correspondent from Top Radio through to Peace FM. So we'll meet, and then Faha Besian Faha. So he showed me around a bit, and so yes, I mean I could maneuver to get my stories. I could go to Parliament House, sit, and come back, and it was a struggle to. I had done entertainment and, the fun of creating the story from your own angle. Now you come and you have a speech to look on and produce an angle that would make a headline. And, at that time, if you don't make the headline stories, like you're just in there,
you just wasted a day.
So, I mean, yes, but it was very challenging and I enjoyed it.
When you decided to do, or you were pushed again into full-time entertainment, again, you stood up to the task and you did it.
Yeah.
You came up with the white carpet and Let's Talk Entertainment, the latter, which is a flagship program right now.
Yeah.
Let's start with the white carpet. How did that idea come for a 24/7 news channel, really?
Yes. So I know you remember days that I would say, you guys would say, hey, you need news content, and I'll go like, don't worry, I'll sort you guys out. I can do entertainment 3 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, so again, we started off with Marianne, who started talking about it, that let's create something like News File, but entertainment.
Right.
So we bring in the pundits, we talk about the issues the hard way and create the controversy and make the news out there. We start off with 10 minutes. So it started in the news. So then I produced Walalom Johnson to go with it. We called it Showbiz Review. So one time, Black Eye hosted the news. And then he had to also do the interview. And it went well. So then Miriam Smart and I said, okay, now let's handle it ourselves. So now we'll produce together and then go and do 15 minutes. So we started asking for extension until I said, okay, I can do 30 minutes. Miriam says, go ahead. So Francis Doku was my very first pundit I started Showbiz Review with. And so
I remember.
yes, so Showbiz Review went on for 30 minutes for a while, and then Miss Mo came. Marianne left, Miss Mo came to join news. So I was asking for 1 hour because I said 30 minutes was not enough. Then Miss Mo said, okay, it's possible to do 1 hour, but I think we should do some add it, make it like a magazine show, and change the name, rebrand, and go with it as a new show that we'll carry out. That is how we brainstormed, and Miss Mo said the white carpet. So yes, the white carpet came to be in 1 hour, and it was exciting because now I actually was asking for 3 hours. Put me on like news file, I'll deliver. So 1 hour I had the chance to create something that would be appealing, make the news, make the headlines, and be the reference for other entertainment outlets to be picking stories. And I'm happy that people stayed to watch White Carpet to pick their news from it. And by the time it's Sunday, Monday, the news was actually out.
Your growth with the multimedia brand has seen you move away from the newsroom and the regular daily production to an even bigger role of taking care of a channel. And you're channel coordinator for Joy Prime. What was that transition like for you?
I felt what I was doing, I'd outgrown it. I wanted something more advanced than what I was doing. So I remember I told Elvis that I didn't want to do entertainment anymore. I want to do something else. So he asked, Gladys, so yes, what would you do? So I said, okay, I can go into full-time features, create features. The channel Joy News does not have a lot of features as Phyllis. So I would want to go into features, create content around, and then just focus on that one. And so I remember I was put on the AM show, and so I built content features for the AM show that ran through the day, and that was some good satisfaction for me. It was in the course of that Elvis of blessed memory came and said, okay, he was discussing in a meeting that Gladys says she won't do entertainment, and Chief Abu says, okay, he needs a coordinator for Joy Prime, and so go and see Abu. And so that's how it started.
That's how it started.
Yes.
What would you say has been your footprint at Joy Prime so far?
Joy Prime. And we've done a lot. So the nature of my work is not like I'm alone.
Yeah.
I work in a team under a leadership. And so for footprints, we've created contents like Race for Heart, something that advocates healthy cardio lifestyle. We've had worked on shows like Fresh Juice, Showbiz Now, the Prime Morning Show. The PL show is on Joy Prime, and it came in my time. So we interlace into each other's efforts and strengths. And so yes, for footprint, you can't put it on one person per se, but collectively as team, we have worked on this, and it's been very successful.
Right now, I want us to take a look at a typical day in the life of Gladys. Take a look at that now.
Gladys Osei Owiredu is an award-winning TV personality and broadcast journalist with over 10 years of experience in creating, managing and promoting products, programs and brand visibility within the media space. Her passion for the arts, culture and entertainment inspired her to produce and host a prestigious lifestyle and entertainment show, The White Carpet, and Let's Talk Entertainment on Joy News for several years and has risen through the ranks to a higher office. She's currently the channel coordinator for Joy Prime, a part of the multimedia group. She launched a full advocacy on cervical cancer to educate the public on the preventive measures and make a better impact through the education dubbed the Cervical Cancer series. She is passionate about youth and women development and empowerment.
You have just seen the segment we call 360, where she shares with us her daily life routine. The 360 segment is brought to you by Kel 360, giving you brighter teeth anti-cavity protection, gum protection, and fresh breath. So you can grab this product in any store near you. It is FDA approved and you can rely on its quality. You do your own You as Gladys, and you call it the You Inspire Foundation. Why?
I realized that there are a lot of people who are not themselves, not because they don't know who they are, but society has not accepted them to be what they are. It's difficult to understand people, and we are too self-centered, so we don't even spend extra time to understand why Keminni looks the way she does, makes those gestures, goes about her activities the way she does. We are quick to judge and conclude and mark people off. And so, having gone through those phases, I realized that no, people just don't understand where I'm coming from. Sometimes I may have said something, nobody understands me, they won't even agree. And then there's a 360 because now they go and they face the situation and they won't even come back to be bold about it and say, you said it. It's okay. Once you find the truth, let's walk with it. But out of that, then I realized that no, people need to be encouraged to be themselves. Through that, I started having conversations, and I realized people have stories. They don't have the platform to share it. Meanwhile, these are impacting stories that can build another person. So I realized that no, it is not only the big achievement, having multiple companies or multiple cars or buildings, that to show before you can be somebody to inspire. We have those little ones too that equally give us the energy to keep going.
So what are the projects that the foundation is embarking on right now or plans to embark on?
So at the moment, I'm seeking to be able to build a structure such that I can be there for such people. But whilst I haven't had the funding and resources to start that, I lost my mom through cervical cancer. And that's about 21 years ago. But until just about 5 years ago, then I realized that cervical cancer is not a spiritual disease. It is actually a lifestyle problem where multiple sexual partners. So if Kwame doesn't go to Akosia, who may have had it, it won't come to you and comes to you, Keminni. That disease will just stay with Akosia. This is something that stays in you for like 15 years plus. The virus will be living in your system and be growing. So sometimes, by the time your first sexual encounter, if whoever you had it with, especially the guy, is not equally a virgin, at your very first meet, you can actually contract the virus. And this virus can stay with you for 15 years. So by the time you're even starting childbirth, you may already be hosting cervical cancer. And you won't know. And so 5 years ago, when I noticed that, it's not a spiritual disease. It is something that is preventable. I got interested. And so I started that personal advocacy. So I started in my own small way. Then one time, Women in Worship, Jeanette Services, came in and said, so as part of the Women in Worship, she has something that promotes cervical cancer awareness. I said, I am personally interested because it's something I am trying to do, but in my own small way. But if you have a platform that does it, I'll support you fully, 100%. So that is how I started my, like a bigger platform advocacy. So
what does the foundation do for women or people to be more aware of cervical cancer?
So this year, I actually went the extra mile to record videos so that I can reach out to more people, more women. I'm not only talking to women, I am also talking to the men and children. Because if my first sexual encounter can end me that disease, it means that as early as 13 years, 12 years, even 9 years, I must begin the conscientization. I must be aware. So that when I'm taking a sexual decision in my teenage or adult age, I am informed. I know the risk.
How important will funding be to you at the moment?
A lot. So I came across the story of a woman who is a single parent of 5 and has cervical cancer and also is HIV positive. And undergoing treatment for such patients is very expensive. And I so badly wanted to be able to help this woman. However, I also was treading carefully so it doesn't also look like the advocacy is for monetary gains because I was just passionate. I wanted everybody to know that this, when you do, when we take you this place or that place. But after I met that woman, I realized that no, I need to change my perception, orientation, and now solicit for help to be able to help such people. The disease itself in its very advanced stage is quite embarrassing because of the things that you experience as a woman. Some even have the odor, very terrible odor, that they can't even go into people anymore. So, but they can be helped. They really can be helped. And aside that, there's vaccination. That is quite expensive. So I'm trying to, talk to a few organizations to understand, see the vision, and support to be able to at least give some free screening and free vaccination to very young ones. At age 9 to like 20 something, you need 2 shots. And 1 shot alone is more than 300 Ghana cedis. Right. And so to be able to take the 2 shots, what is the average Ghanaian able to afford? That's very difficult. And so we need to be able to have policies in place that would support these causes. But somebody must take it up and push till these policymakers hear and see the relevance in coming on. So I really, really do need help.
The numbers and the email address will crawl at the bottom of your screen. But this is the part of the show where we bring in our very big surprise for Gladys. And we've got one coming up right now.
Hey!
Knowing her from school and seeing what she's achieved now, I'm not particularly surprised because from the beginning you could tell that this is a lady who rubs shoulders with the men, and she's doing it, and she's doing it effortlessly, and she's doing it so well. I mean, her political ambition is also on the side. I recently realized that she had stood for an election and as a PR person for her school, her Old Saints Association, and she won. And I looked at her online. I was like, this girl must end up in parliament or somewhere. Yay. So, she's actually a phenomenal lady. And I'm excited to actually contribute to whatever it is that she has become today. And Gladys, keep it up. You are really an inspiration.
Of all the people, she's the last I would expect.
Expecting to be to do that. Who is she to you?
So Adwapra, when I got in school, I think she had completed and doing her national service as TA. So she also did editing. So I was in her department, and that's how I know her.
That's how you know. There's more to come here on the PL show, and you want to stay with us for the very final minutes of the program.
Brush, 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 brush your teeth. Brush, 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 2 times a day. Brush with Kel-Kit.
Hello, my friends. My name is Kel-Kit Toothpaste.
Wow.
I was made to be gentle on your gum, but protected. I will protect your teeth from cavity, make your teeth whiter, stronger, keep your mouth fresh all day. And best of all, I'm strawberry flavored. So put on a smile and try me.
That's amazing.
Just try me. That's my job.
If you say so, jump on my brush. Makes your teeth stronger, chicky chicky whiter, chicky chicky stronger. Yay! You did it!
I'm glad you like your new toothpaste. Don't forget to brush both day and night.
Kel-Kit. Happy smile.
Well, you have seen that first surprise for Gladys, but that's just only the beginning, Gladys. There's just one more for you to take a look at now. Let's see the second surprise.
I saw her.
Yes! We brought you one more person. Hi, Eunice. It's good to see you. So talk to us about what Gladys means to you.
Gladys is a lot of things in one. She makes me laugh and makes me very angry, makes me happy. She calms me down. She's a man. I tell her the man in you is too loud. She's just everything you would want in a friend, and probably a bit more, sometimes too much of it. Mm-hmm. A very beautiful person, both physically and spiritually, and
inside out.
The most beautiful place you can have Gladys.
She has really wonderful things to say about you, and just like Ajwa, who we saw earlier, she says that the man in you is loud and strong. Right now, what I want us to do is to go take a look at some of the beautiful pieces that Gladys does for herself in our DIY segment. Take a look.
Welcome to my DIY section. Today I'm taking you through how to make a sleeveless kimono. To do the sleeveless kimono, you need your piece of fabric, print, satin, chiffon, any material of taste. You need your scissors and you need your tape measure. The professionals would actually use what they call the tailor's chalk or something like that to mark when they measure, but I think I've done this over time, so I'm a guru. I don't need the mark to point out, but I'll get it right. I need 6 inches, 3 on either side, 3 here and 3 there. I fold it back into 2 so cutting is easier. Now that I have my 6 inches, I can go ahead and now cut out the sleeve. Have a kimono jacket, sleeveless, ready. So that's it, yes. You can actually take this to do overlock, you do the overlock so that it protects the cloth from fraying off. I'll just rock it for you to see. Yes, that's my kimono, long one. So I got the color, I got it on, and there we go. As simple as that. Yeah, so there I have it, my sleeveless kimono jacket. That's it for my DIY session. Thank you for watching.
The segment you just watched is brought to you by Kel Charcoal. It whitens your teeth, gives you anti-cavity protection, healthy gums, and fresh breath. The product is FDA approved. You can definitely rely on its quality. What is it like for you in the next few years, maybe 3 or 5 years?
For the next few years to come, I still believe that the same God who has directed me to be where I am will still give me the strength and capacity to build on myself. So this is where I want to find myself. Be that woman who speaks for the unheard, for those who feel that they have something, but society has tamed it. Society has hidden it. Society is not making them come out. I want to be that voice for them, so that they know that when they hear a certain name, that you inspire, or Gladys Osei Owiredu, they know that they have the loudspeaker to put their story out and also give them that confidence that they think they don't have. Everybody is strong and powerful. The little belief that we instill in them, that confidence is what makes the difference in everybody's life. And that's what I want to become. Be there for everybody. I don't know how somebody wants to phrase this one. I won't use vocabulary to phrase it, but I leave it for the Spirit of God to take action.
What words do you have out for young people who are out there?
When I was young, I didn't know a lot of things. I learned things the hard way. Today, I can confidently tell you that as you grow up, do not look at where I am now or where your mother or your seniors are now to want to start from there. There's something we call small beginnings. Your small beginning is what will actually trigger your bigger end. And so do not be in a hurry to be old. You have 70 years according to the Bible. You want long life, and so there's more years ahead that you can grow to become something that you want to be. Please, all you need to do is read and be knowledgeable. Be interested in being knowledgeable. That is the only way that you understand the environment you are in and find your purpose. And whilst you do that, please do not leave out the God factor, because trust me, a lot of the things that I have been able to do, I am still pursuing to achieve more. You can equally do better. Some have even done more than I have achieved. But the God factor will drive you higher to places where you don't imagine, places that you want to be, but you're not making any effort. The God factor will be the differentiator. So whilst you learn to know, also have God to guide your steps and take you further.
Indeed, the God factor and reading to better yourself.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for those words. But here's how we also appreciate you for being the you that you are and agreeing to come and share your story with us. So we'll do the symbolic touch and go. I touch to give you, and you touch to receive. Thank you so much. We also have another present for you.
Okay.
Now that you're here, you are instantly a queen.
Okay.
So now we'll call you Queen Efua.
Yay.
So this is for you.
Okay. Let me come forward and take it.
yeah, so yeah, we'll stand for this one.
All right, sure.
Thank you for being a phenomenal
Thank you.
lady.
Thank you.
Continue being the lady that inspires. Please
This
take
is
a
beautiful. Thank you.
seat. Let's talk about the people who have helped you along the way and what you hope to say to them.
I may commit a blunder if I have to mention all names, but I would want to especially say thank you. Thank you to my dad. He's been very instrumental in my growth and in shaping the woman in me. XW1 Amweninche, Daniel Amweninche, a very strong man. I'm grateful. Thank you to my siblings and thank you to Eunice. She came in late, but I'm emotional. She came in late, but she's been very impactful. I'm not just talking about a friend who will sit and talk. I'm talking about a spiritual sister who will hold your hand and pray with you. Yeah. Let me go to church and say thank you to my pastor, Prophet Alex Armstrong. No matter how stubborn I am, he's been there. He's been very instrumental in my shaping up my Christian life. I'm grateful to him also for what he continues to do. I just want to tell him that I appreciate him very much and I love him. And he should just be patient with the stubbornness. I'll change, I'll repent.
Yeah, and we are also grateful that you came here today to share your story. Thank you so much.
And thank you to the PL show. You celebrated me. I mean, this is the first time I've had this kind of celebration honoring. I'm grateful.
And thank you too for watching us here on the PL show. The PL show is brought to you by the Kel toothpaste brands, Kel 360, Kel Charcoal, and Kel Kids. Kel Happy Smile. My name is Keminni Amanor. We'll see you sometime next week. This is the PL show.
Love is sweet, sobolo, sobolo, sobolo is sweet, K-O-E-I, Wodona Kama commemorate, paint, smile, mami, janshi, faint, kron kron vera, dio.